Welcome to Fountain Avenue Dishes, a podcast about food, nutrition, and the real-life stories that shape how we eat. I'm Ann Fulton, here with registered dietitian Emily Russo, and today we're talking with the owner of Norbu about his journey from Bhutan to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and the flavors he brings to our local food scene.
We are so excited to have Tenzin Norbu here with us today. I got to know him because our daughters, Tenzin and my daughter, are in first grade together, and so that's how we got to know each other. And my family also has gone to eat at Norbu, your restaurant downtown. And when I found out more about your story and how you came to Lancaster, I was like, Anne, we absolutely need to have him on our podcast. Just fits so perfectly. So thank you for coming and welcome. I thought we could start today with maybe getting a little giggle from you, from us, and from people listening just about something that we do as restaurant guests. Do you have anything that you can tell us about your biggest pet peeve or annoyance about restaurant guests when they come to visit you?
Yes. First of all, thank you, Anne and Emily, for having me.
Oh, yes.
So nice to have you here.
Yes.
That really annoys me. The first question will be what is good in the menu? Yes,
Oh,
that's
interesting.
The thing, yes.
Why is that annoying?
Because for us, everything is good on the menu.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So we try to put every best food that we know. Because trial and error, whatever is good, we try to put on the menu.
Okay.
So when festival comes and asks, yes.
So if someone says, what's most popular, is that acceptable?
Yes.
Yes.
I do feel like that's interesting because sometimes when I go to other restaurants and I say that, I do feel like the servers either laugh or I feel like maybe they give me an eye roll and now I know. Because it's kind of well, why would we put it on the menu if it's not good?
Right,
so
right.
What's the most popular? Or if I'm feeling like I want something that's like this or this or this, what should I be ordering? Maybe that's a better question.
The thing is, the question should be you have to first go through the menu, look at the ingredients.
And then figure it out.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's funny because I went at a restaurant, sometimes I'll be deciding among two or three things, and then I can't decide. So I'll just I'll be game time decision. And when the server comes, I'll ask maybe a question or two, or I'll say which is more popular. I used to say, which do you recommend? And then maybe I was choosing between a chicken and a fish, and they'd be well, I don't like fish.
Or I'm a vegetarian.
Right.
Yeah,
so the what is most popular question
Yes.
I have asked. So I wanted to make sure that was...
Yes, first thing is that you go to a restaurant, look at the ingredients, you pick what you like. So if it's your first time in a restaurant, everything is good, to be honest, yeah.
Wait, so what is the most popular dish at Norbu?
It is marked with a heart there.
Oh, how many? So you have to go to the restaurant and look at the menu and find
it is
out.
on the menu. With
How many? Do you have more than one dish marked with a heart, or is it just one?
Almost 80%.
Oh.
Yes.
So that doesn't mean heart healthy, but it might be. But it means just really it's
popular, yes.
fan
Super
favorite.
popular.
So, Tenzin, we'll get back to details of Norbu soon. But we all know that our relationships with food begin with childhood. So we thought we'd start there.
Yes.
For those of us who aren't familiar with Bhutan, what can you tell us about your home country?
Yes, Bhutan is a very small country. It's I think the size of a Rhode Island, to be honest. And with the population of less than 500,000. So I'm just one in a million right now. Literally.
Literally.
Yes.
Wait, where is it? Can you tell our listeners exactly where it's located?
Yes, it's south of China, Tibet, China, and north of India.
Okay.
It will be a northeast of India. Yes, to be honest.
So what was your favorite thing to eat as a child? And is there a dish that sort of feels like home today?
This pumpkin dish is called Pershi that my grandma used to make it. I used to have it on the menu in Norbu, but I took it off because the type of pumpkin that I want I can't find it in the United States, yes.
What does it look like? Does it look like a pumpkin, like an orange pumpkin?
No, not an orange pumpkin. It looks more like a kombucha.
Okay.
Yes.
I love kombucha.
Like squash.
Yes.
Okay.
So I couldn't find that. So when I'm running Norbu here, the challenges I find is the ingredients.
And Pershi?
To produce.
What did you do to the pumpkin in that dish? What did she do?
So I used a kombucha. And kombucha I figured out it's not always in season, so that's why I don't have that on the menu every day. So I have it seasonally. I use kombucha. So when I have it, yes.
And how did she prepare it? How did she prepare it in Bhutan?
It's simple, like just saute with like some like spice called the panchpuran. That's it. It's very simple and one of the best dish you can have.
So spices that we're probably not even familiar with here.
Yes.
And that is part of the fun of going to somewhere like Norbu, because you
Yes.
do taste flavors that I remember when we were there together for lunch, Emily and I, and there were a couple things we're like, what is that? You know, trying to figure out what we're tasting. And I think there are probably times where we just maybe haven't tasted it before, which is kind of fun.
Or it'd be like, oh, we could like pick out the ginger or something, but we never had it mixed with the other spice. It was like a few spices or flavors that we were familiar with, but not together.
The way they were combined. Mhm,
Yeah.
exactly. Did your mother cook a lot? What did your kitchen as a child look like? And did you cook
Yes.
with her?
Yes, my mother cook a lot. She's a housewife. So like back home, what happens is like most of the like ladies like they take care of the house. So she cook all the time. That's how I learned how to cook, or how I got into cooking. Because all my life I studied outside my country, Bhutan. So I was in a boarding school, and like I said, like it's very hard to find a Bhutanese restaurant out of the country. So like if you want to eat Bhutanese food, you have to cook it because there's no restaurant anywhere else. As of now, today, there's only like Bhutanese restaurant, like two in the United States, 2 or 3 in Australia. That's it.
Would your mom cook every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yes.
Like, for example, I'm curious what you ate for breakfast, because my childhood growing up here, we'd go to the pantry, get a box of cereal out, and I think very common here just to have a quick.
So back home, there was nothing this easy. So everything was made from scratch. So we never, growing up, I never had pizza. I never had cereal. It was all like gourmet food. Everything was made from scratch.
What was breakfast?
Breakfast,
typically?
like it can be anything. Like sometimes it will be like noodles. Sometimes it will be like fried rice. Sometimes it can be like hearty breakfast, like rice, eggs.
Typically a savory breakfast?
Always savory
Always
breakfast.
savory?
Yes.
No pastries.
No pastry. Nothing sweet. Because sweet is delicacy in back home. So like the region where I grew up, not region, like in my country, we don't really grow sugar cane. So sugar is not like available everywhere. Sugar is like a really like it's a delicacy in a
Expensive.
way. Yes, it's not expensive, but
No.
delicacy. But we don't have, because it's not grown locally. So we don't have any dishes with associated with like sugar. Yes.
right.
But how was there a way to sweeten, or better yet, balance other dishes with other kind? I mean, what about honey or beets or any other sweeteners?
No, like where I come from, like it's like very high elevated country. Like I'm talking about my hometown is like somewhere around like almost like 4,000, not like 3,500 meters. That's almost like 12,000 feet, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that's just where
That's
your
very
house
high.
is. Yeah.
Yes, house. Most
Yeah.
of the places are so. And we don't have tea. We don't have coffee and tea. So everything we get our caffeine from chilies, like a hot, spicy food. So capsaicin keeps us going. So that's why like we are so used to like the
Capsaicin, you say this.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes, that's keep us going. So we really never care for, like, to be honest, sugar.
That's so funny.
Because you just
said
don't
that.
develop a taste for it.
Yes.
Well, also too, I have a family member who sometimes has to be driving late at night and swears by Takis, which are those like spicy
Yes,
kid
yes.
snack, because it keeps awake.
Yes.
Sort of like the hot pepper jolt instead of the
Yeah, it's like
caffeine.
a jolt.
That's so interesting. Well, I was going to ask you, what do grocery stores look like in Bhutan? Or are they more markets, open air markets? Where do people tend to do their grocery shopping?
We have a grocery store, but it doesn't look anything like United States. It's more like the central market. That's our grocery store. Like it's like a farmer's market.
So farms, individual stands.
Yes. We have like I think 80% of the grocery store will look like the farmer's market. We do have few like now. Like when I was growing up, we didn't have any grocery store, to be honest. Like a standard grocery store. like supermarket. We don't have supermarket.
So individual stands for meats and
Yes.
vegetables and
Yes.
different items that grains.
Most of the time, you grow your own vegetables.
Okay.
When I was growing up, that was the scenario. Now everything has become a little bit like the town I used to live has become kind of a city, so it's becoming something like the West. But like when I was growing up, it was like different. So usually, like almost all the food I eat on my plate I knew where it come from. To be honest.
Is the climate such that these foods could be grown year round?
Not year round, but most of the time, most of the year we can grow. Yes, they're like a certain time of the for certain months, for certain vegetables, certain months. Yes.
And then would your mom preserve things or can things or dry things?
Yes, we do. We don't do like pickle, not pickle, like in the can. Usually, like everything is dried.
Okay.
Yeah, sun dried. So whenever it's like then when you need, we just rehydrate. Yes, that's how we do back home. Like even the meat.
I wonder too if that's how, because I know that a lot of things, if you like sun dry them,
Yes.
vegetables, especially like mushrooms, for instance, that contain vitamin D.
D,
Yes.
yes.
So that you're kind of getting almost more of that naturally by
Yes.
preserving foods in
Yes.
that manner.
So even the way we grow vegetables is a little bit different than the Western. Like we don't use fertilizer. Instead of fertilizer, what we do is we do the crop rotations. So like every year in the same area, we grow different vegetable in different plot.
So the soil's getting replenished
Yes.
by virtue of different
Yes.
things growing there all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like if it's like a mass production for say like if you want a rice for the whole family of 10 or 15, what they do is they do call the sifting cultivation. So this is a different word. What they do is they'll go to a small mountain or any area where there's like a trees. So they'll like cut down the trees and they'll grow the rice or corn for that particular year because they get more nutrient. Yes.
That's interesting. And I've heard just growing up in a
Yes.
farming community, I've heard
Yes.
that frequently that farmers do that. And
Yes.
it is interesting.
So, Tenzin, you alluded to the fact that you spent some portion of your childhood out of Bhutan going to school. So I
Yes.
just kind of wanted to ask, maybe if you could talk a little bit more about your journey. What age did you leave the home to go to school? Where did you go? And then how did you make your way to the United States?
So like I think from my age 12 I started going out.
You
Yes,
started,
like,
you
we
left for
started-
boarding school.
Yes, boarding school.
That's young. I
Yeah,
think that's
yes.
young, but maybe that's standard. I don't know.
No, that's the way of thing. Like so, like usually that part of the world, like boys have to be men soon, so you have more responsible. Like my sister, in the other hand, she till college she was home. So like for me, they venture me out sooner, early in life, so that I can learn more.
So where did you go? You're 12
So
years old. They put
so
you on
I-
a train or a bus or where?
No, like my mom and dad can drop me to school.
Oh.
So that's like it's a place in India called like Kalimpong. It's in West Bengal. It's like hill stations. So I went to a school called like Dr. Graham's Home.
And you lived there.
Yes.
Dr. Graham's home is what.
Yes. So that was like was built by a great like English British governor. His name was Dr. Grams.
Yeah.
So he built that school like back in the 18th century.
Wow.
Yes. So the school I went was like 500 acres. So everything was grown and everything was in the school itself. So it's not like here. I wanted to come to Canada, to be honest, like for my colleges. Then my mom felt it was too far, so that's why she didn't let me. So that's why I was in India.
Okay, and then what happened?
So then after finishing my 3 years of college, then I went to Bangkok to study some business management. From there, my professor pointed out to United States. So that's how I ended up in the United States.
And where in the United States did you go?
I went to Stony Brook.
Where's
Long
Stony
Island.
Brook? Okay,
In
Long Island, New
yes.
York.
So from there, after I finished my Stony Brook, I had a 3-month break before I go home. So one of my friend, he wanted me to do, his cousin owns a, not owns, he runs a business in New York in gold, like in diamond industry. So he wanted me to do intern there. So I worked there for 3 months. Now after 20 years, I'm still here. Yeah.
So you're in Manhattan and you're working with your friend hooks you up with a job in
Yes.
the Diamond District, which is a very famous few blocks in New York City. Where do you want to tell listeners a little bit about what that looks like in New York?
So like the company I worked is a company, they are like behind the scene from the Manhattan. So they are the one who manufactures all the diamonds. So the company that I used to work, they buy the raw diamonds and they polish and sell it. So my company typically, like there's only like site holders. So some people might know. So they are a site holder, DTC site holder. So this company, my company was strong in like anything round diamonds from 0.0 till 2 carats. So 80% of the diamonds in round till 2 carats in whole over the world, 80% of the thing comes from that particular company.
Wow.
So like the guy the first time when I went to that company, I didn't know what was 10 karat gold,
Yeah.
14 karat gold, or 18 karat gold. I thought gold was gold. So I never knew there was red gold, or white gold, and rose gold. So after staying there for more than 15 years, I learned a lot.
So your wife is from Mount Joy.
Yes.
You met your wife in New York.
New York, yes.
And then did you just decide, did she want to come back closer to her roots? How did you end up coming to Lancaster and getting into the restaurant industry?
So like after I had my first daughter, Skylar.
In New York.
In New York, yes. All of a sudden, New York became so small for me with the kids.
So what was your first venture into the restaurant world? And how did you get there?
So like after coming to Pennsylvania, I thought like I'll retire. I thought I'll give my full time to my kids. So like after working for more than 16 years in a corporate world, so taking a break for 3 months, I started getting
Antsy.
crazy. Yes, because I really didn't have anything to do, because my kids was Skylar was still a baby, so I was sleeping whenever I want. I was getting up whenever I want, and I was getting so lazy because I always thought tomorrow, because I was free all the time. Then I thought I have to do something. So all the time, like I wanted to do something that I know. So the only thing I knew was cooking. So that's how I started the first restaurant. Like we started small. My first restaurant had only like 15 or 16 tables. Not tables, 15 or 16 people, yes.
Okay.
Seats.
So
yeah.
Seats,
what was
yes.
the name of your first venture?
Yak and Yeti. It was in
Yak and
New
Yeti.
Cumberland, yes.
In New Cumberland,
Yes.
okay. And then how did you get from Yak and Yeti in New Cumberland to Norbu in Lancaster?
So after the first few months was crazy, to be honest, yes. We never knew how much to buy. Sometimes we overbought the thing. Sometimes we underbought the thing.
That is a question
Yes.
I often wonder about as a restaurant, how you know how much to buy so that you don't run out, but that you don't have too much and waste it.
So that's like, I think it comes with your experience. After some time, you just know it.
At the beginning, do you end up running out a lot? Do you end
Yes.
up wasting a lot?
Yes, it was
Which,
like that.
did it go more in one direction than the other? Like, do you
It's
try
not
to...
like not everything was too much or everything was under. Like few things we bought it too much, and like few things we underbought it. Yes.
Do you try to structure a menu so that you have things that you can reuse or...
Yes. In the beginning, we didn't know that thing, so our menu was like a vast menu, means like it has a different ingredients. So we had to buy so many ingredients to make one particular item. So eventually, we figured it out. Then we used to buy less ingredient and used to make more items. Yes. Now, like after a full of experience, now we had a balance. So from Yak and Yeti in New Cumberland, then we opened another one in like a Carlisle.
Called Yak and Yeti.
Yak and Yeti, yes. Then everything was going fine. Then we opened one more here in Lancaster called the Norbu. We changed the name Norbu because apparently there's a restaurant called Yak in Disney World.
I've been there.
Yes.
It's at Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, yes. And we got a big love letter from Disney so that we can't use the name Yak and Yeti, yes.
So you got a cease and desist letter, and you basically had to change your
The name,
stop
yes.
using your name.
The thing was like we were thinking of so many names. I came with like 717 Himalayan.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, because 717 was like a
Like
central
that area,
Pennsylvania,
yeah.
then a Himalayan. Like then we came with like 8814. I think that's like the height of the Everest.
Oh,
So we
cute.
came with so many names, but at the end, I thought that's not going the right direction. So I used my last name Norbu. So no matter what, nobody can sue us.
Right,
at the
right,
end.
right,
So
yeah.
yes, we stick to Norbu.
And
then.
it's a great restaurant name. We've had discussions in our family about if you had a restaurant, what would you name it? It's really hard to come up with.
Yes.
We were joking. It's almost harder than naming a baby or a puppy. It's like such a big. It's your business. It's your identity in so many ways, and you wanted to sort of you want it to be easily remembered and kind of have a cool factor to it, and it would be really hard to come up with a name. So how many years now has Norbu been open in Lancaster?
5 years, 5 plus.
5 years. And are you cooking every day at this point?
I know.
No.
I used to cook in Yak and Yeti, the first one, and the second one I cooked. Even Norbu I cooked in the beginning just to make that standard. So like when new chef comes, so we had to where we can stand just to make the benchmark. Yeah.
Is it difficult to find people to cook the food that you know, to make it authentic?
Yes. It's very difficult because like I'm looking for someone who has this food before. So most of the people, like I was saying, like most of the people have not tried this food. So like even like I tried some of the like not in Norbu but like in Carlisle, I'll try some good chef. Like but they couldn't because their head is filled up with their own knowledge. So it's so hard to fill their new knowledge. So they are trying to cook it their way. So they're trying to modify
Like a
my
spin
food.
on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was not really giving that flavor off. So we had to let them go. So now I like to teach new people who doesn't have any knowledge because they grasp, in a way, good. Like they stick to what I teach because they have no other knowledge, prior knowledge. So they stick to what I teach.
That makes sense. Do your kids enjoy the food at Norbu? Do they like Bhutanese and Nepalese cuisine? Do they prefer more of the American diet?
So my kids they like Norbu. They like the Nepalese food. Yes. So right now in their diet is like they're mixed. Everything is there. There is Japanese. There is Korean. There's even Spanish food. Of course, like pizza, pasta. We always cook at home. We never. Only sometimes we bring food from home, but usually like 90% of the food is cooked at home.
Do you ever get tired of cooking?
Not really. Now, like I think, like after having the restaurant, like I think cooking becomes your second nature. To be like, I don't get lazy or tired cooking. So whenever we have a family gathering or when we go for summer vacation, most of the food they prefer us to cook. Me and Sania. Yes. And it is easier for us to cook because now, because of when you work in the restaurant, we have that experience. We know exactly how much to cook for so many people.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That is something that I
Yes.
feel like is hard for people to figure out if you're cooking for a big
Yes.
crowd.
It is hard. Having been really on the chef side of things, you're cooking, but running a business. Do you consider yourself more a chef, a restaurateur, or an entrepreneur?
That's a good question. I think I consider myself more like entrepreneur because I think that skill keep us going. I think that's particular like a set of skill like keep me going throughout because we opened the first Yak and Yeti 10 plus years ago. Then we at one time I have 3 restaurants altogether. But the only thing why I closed was the restaurant is not because of the management or the bad food. We call closed because of we didn't get enough help. After the COVID, it was really hard for us to run 3 restaurants at a time. So we had to close both of those because by the time we already had a house here in Lancaster. So it was really hard for us to go every morning to Carla and come back.
That was such a difficult
Yes.
time for for the restaurant industry and so many businesses.
I think like in restaurant, like I think more than cooking, I know you need a good food to be honest.
Right.
But more than good food, I think I think 80% of this you need a entrepreneur skill, management skill. If you don't have that, you can't survive in restaurant business.
Right.
Because most of the good chef, they think they can open a restaurant. They do open a restaurant, but after some time they call us because they don't have that how to run the business.
Yeah, that's important. Really
it's
important.
I think running business is more important. I think that's how I survive.
Sort of balance between running the business and having great food.
Yes.
Both, yeah. So you've built such a successful life and business here. When you look back on your journey from Bhutan to Lancaster, what are you most proud of?
To be honest, like everything, yes, because the background I come from a Buddhist family, so we don't really regret things we do. Yes, so everything's happened just for something. It meant to be happen, yes. So with that notion, I'm happy with everything. So I have a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful kids, yes. So when I look back, I'm happy that I did things the way I did it.
Yeah. Well, it's a great story. And Emily and I, a month or so ago, we had lunch at your restaurant, as you know, and you have a wonderful lunch buffet. So for anyone who lives in Lancaster and hasn't been to Norbu or is visiting our gem of a city, stop by Norbu. The lunch buffet is a great opportunity to try a lot of different things. That's fun because I just take a little bit of everything, taste everything. It's such a good entree, so to speak, into a cuisine that's probably new to a lot of people. And I have to say my personal favorite, I'm curious about yours, Emily, I think the onion pakoras, which are is it a chickpea batter?
Chickpea, yes.
Battered and deep fried vegetable.
Yes, with onions.
So good. And some people might think, it's not really, it's different than an onion ring. It's so much better. I like onion rings, but it's delicious.
Thank you.
Everything was delicious. Emily, did you have a favorite when we did the lunch buffet?
I liked everything too. I feel like I took a little bit of everything and I had like a full plate and there wasn't anything that I kind of pushed to the side. There was like a chicken and I don't even remember the name of it, but it was good. It was
with the Szechuan, yes.
That one. What is that called?
So it's Szechuan chicken. What we do is usually what we do in buffets, we do experiment.
Yes.
So we put like few new items there for a couple of
smart.
couple of weeks or a couple of weeks straight.
Yeah.
So if people start liking that, what you do is we put on the menu, on the special menu. If people still like, we keep the special menu for 3 months, same food. So if people like it, then we put on the regular menu.
When does it get the heart?
So take out the old items. So whatever.
Then you earn your heart.
Well, I'm pretty sure the onion pakoras have a heart.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's all good. And so again, for those who haven't been, they need to try it. And but most of all, it was just a delight to have you on our podcast and hear about your story. And we really appreciate your time. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Tenzin.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Tenzin.